Hi everyone, it's Lonnie. Welcome back to Grace Blossoms for You. I hope you're doing really well, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be working on a tag for hashtag Grungy Tag Challenge 2025, hosted by Lori at Piles of Paragraphs. And this week or this month's prompt is packing paper. And so we're making a tag, and I decided I wanted to use this flimsy file folder that I got at the thrift store. And I thought I would like to make some kind of a tag. So let me just cut that down. I'm gonna make it, not quite 3 inches across. I was thinking of actually making like a flip tag. I might still do that. Just thinking how I would have to put a tab up here that would open up. That should be okay. That should work fine. Alright, so I'm going to just trim the bottom probably no longer than 6. Alright. So then I have some more little file folder pieces that I can draw on or use for something else. Alright, so here is my 2.5 by 6 inch flip tag. And so because the prompt this month is packing paper, Lori said we could use things like tissue paper, I don't know, things that are pertaining to packing. And I thought, I have this still, and it's not technically tissue paper, but it's very close, and I did decorate it. Lori did a collage, and I didn't really want to do a collage. I had something else going on in my brain, and I will see if that comes to fruition here. I even had a little piece of packing paper that I had crinkled up, but I don't see it now. And this is very close to that color. Alright, I'm going to crinkle this. And just as I do, I find the other one. Alright. What I want to do is kind of make this faux leather looking thing. And I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. Like I said, I don't really want to do a collage, but it's almost big enough. I don't know if this piece is any bigger. Nope. So I think what I'm just going to do is use my scallop scissors and just make it a little smaller, shorter. It doesn't look right. All right, let's see if that should work well enough. Okay, I'm gonna just crunch this one up again because I want to ink it and just get the creases to show. So how are you doing? Did I ask you that already? It's kind of a one-sided conversation here, so that makes it a little more challenging for me at least, to pretend that we're all in the same room and doing the same thing. And it doesn't matter to me if you're doing the same thing or not. I figure you probably have something that you're either working on, and why should you stop just because I might be playing in the background? So keep on keeping on. I do appreciate you joining me today, though. Okay, so I'm not going for the mommy gammy, however you want to pronounce that effect. I just wanted to have like this this background that we could decorate. I will glue that down. Just gotta see if I actually cut that straight or not. Okay, not too bad. I think I'll make this the front because it has lines. Yeah, so making a grungy flip tag today. Probably not the most grungy thing I've ever made, but I don't mind if it doesn't go quite to the extreme outer edge here. And two, I would like some of the creases kind of to stay so that it adds, you know, the texture doesn't all disappear. So I think what I will do is just add a little more ink so we get a little more texture. Okay, that should do for that. Then I'm going to trim the edges. And I'm just going to make sure that they're not sticking up. Actually, one of my ideas was to have the packing paper actually stick up and then make like a ruffled something or other. But I couldn't figure out quickly enough how to make that work, so I opted for this. All right, so there is my flip tag. Now, there's no law that says you have to angle it, but I do like to do that, so just a little bit. And then the trick is to be able to hold it in place. Okay, something like that. And then I will ink the outside edges. Another thing I was thinking of doing was to get some of that bubble wrap, which I think technically should qualify as packing paper, and then use that for decorating, maybe adding another layer. Okay, so I have some beige country tan. I got this off of Amazon. It's quick drying, so I want to just see put that in my lid here, and I want to kind of flatten that out some. I'm going to take this scrap paper and here's my bubble wrap. Now, I don't think I want to try it on the very front, but I was thinking we could maybe try it on the back. I know I could have inked it. That doesn't look very much like bubble wrap. It's okay. It's making something. It's making a design. It's adding to our layers. So I'm just gonna let that dry, because if I flip it over now, it will I'll get my mat all painted. So that's actually not bad. You probably can't see it from the video, but there's more going on here than the wet stuff. Some of it's already dry and it's kind of left this stippling effect, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to leave that. Okay, so I did put the heat gun to it, and it kind of looks really cool. It's got a design to it, which is nice. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the front. Maybe start at the bottom, see how it looks. And then just go up and around. So first I had the creases inked to make them darker. Now I'm going in with a lighter color on top of the creases. So who knows, I might go in again with the ink to give some more definition. Anyway, so that's another use of packing paper, to get some texture in there. Okay, so it is dry. And then I'm just gonna try and see if I can just do the edge of, the top. It's working. more ink you have on your dauber, the more it will show. And I'm trying not to press very hard because I don't want it to get all the way to the bottom. So the paint is very flat, it's matte, and I don't know, it kind of looks to me like a dried mud. And maybe that's why it's called country tan, because there's more mud in the country than anywhere else, I guess. Alright, so I'm just kind of twisting that a little bit just to get some more interest. Okay. I do like that. It looks a little leathery. This one is really flat. That's okay. I will ink the outside though. Okay, so now we need to, or get to decorate the front. And I have to decide what I would like on the front. I was thinking of an envelope. Okay, so I made some envelopes the other day using my my tag punch, and I made some different sizes. So this was the tag punch, and then I just did some very thin scrapbook paper that I had laying around, and I didn't really think I was going to use it for much, so I covered the punch hole with a picture of a butterfly. And so I thought, well, let's see how I can use these now. So I have these smaller ones. So what these could be is like hidden journaling spots on top of this flip tag. So I just want to find some different kind here. I think I used 3 different size papers. In fact, I kind of like this. And even though it's not an envelope, it could be. I would just have to glue down the sides and make it into an envelope. In fact, I might want to do that. And then into the pocket, I could put this, which would bring it almost up to the top of the tag. All right, I think I'm going to do that. I'm trying to remember who I saw do those tag-shaped journaling spots, and I'll have to look up the name again. It was a Raven Vintage. So I'm just going to finish up this, make it an envelope. Like so. So this can be an envelope, like I said. We could also make it into a pocket. So how fun is that? think I want some lace here. I still have this doily. It looks kind of lacy. I think that will work. Yeah, so I went to all the trouble to make this front part, and now I'm covering it up. Alright, I won't cover it all up, I promise. Putting it kind of towards the bottom, so just a little piece of that doily shows, and then I will trim off. Like so. And then what are we going to put in the pocket up here? Just found some of these leaves. I think maybe I'll do it this way. Put that there. And then maybe put a couple leaves. Just tuck them in here. Like so. What can I put there? I could do like I could do some Velcro. Don't really feel like doing Velcro. What might work is this glue tape. Do you guys ever use glue tape? I bought a whole bunch of it and now I hardly even use it. So let's see if it works. I think it'll work if it yeah, if you put it in the right spot, it will work. And once it loses its stickiness, hopefully, I think it'll be fine. So then I need a thing for the top of my tag. Okay, so I had a couple of ideas. One would be this one with the button, or this one that says the Vintage Workshop. And I think I like this one better because it kind of covers everything, and then everything is hidden and then can be uncovered. So there's a lot of hiding going on in this tag, which I like. So then the inside can be for writing. In fact, the back can as well. And then this is a little journal spot. And then, well, this was a journal spot. It's now an envelope. But those can be used for words. In fact, some of those leaves, I still have some. I think I'm going to turn them into words. But I think for right now, I will just kind of put that towards the top. And then it can be grabbed. Yeah, I'm just going to attach it where the button is. and just have it sticking out a little. Like so. I do like that. That makes me happy. It's not something I've seen someone else do. It's actually something, I mean, aside from the prompt, I've kind of made faux leather out of packing tape before, or packing paper. But still, I think it looks nice. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for joining me again today, and we'll see you next time. Let me know if you're going to make one of these. Again, that's Lori at Piles of Paragraphs that is hosting this challenge. So go check her out. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.